The film starts in 1973 with a girl named Peg who is getting married. Outside, we are shown a group of people wearing weird masks made of jute. They also had a goat with them. The whole group was going somewhere. On the other side, we see Peg again, who feels unwell at the wedding. When she comes out to vomit, she sees the group's goat and nothing else. After a while, when Peg's husband comes looking for her, he panics not finding her, but he finds a small ring. After that, time passes, and we see a woman in present time who hangs herself merrily. No one bothers to know how she is. For days, her body remained hanging with the rope and started decomposing. The rope broke and she fell down. The residential know through corpses' smell that she is dead. The service boys come and take her away. Her daughter, Shu, was told about the death of this woman. She was very shocked to hear about her mother's death. She came to stay with her friend named Mila in her apartment. Shu panics a lot, seeing Jesus's picture and cross symbol in the house. Shu's condition starts deteriorating, whom Mila takes care of her. After that, Shu does not stay at home and comes out to smoke. Then she receives a message. It was a message from her nursing home company that they were going to send her to an old lady's house. She had many other diseases, along with memory loss. The next day, Shu leaves for that house. Reaching the bus stop, Shu asks the driver about this address, but the driver knew nothing. He asked the man behind him for help. That old man began to warn Shu, "Don't go there." But after seeing Shu's firm intention, he finally told her the address of that woman. Reaching near the house, she sees a child who had a small goat, and he was mysteriously staring at Shu. That's why Shu found it all strange. Anyway, she knocks at the door now. The old lady comes to open the door, but as soon as she comes here, she urinates, and that lady hides, running from there, as if she felt embarrassment by Shu. Shu also understood that this lady's condition is worst. She had to break the glass reluctantly in order to unlock the door. She noticed that this lady is trying to hide from Shu. While looking for the old lady, she sees a strange red door, on which the horseshoe was also hanging. Shu kept looking at her. The same thing was going on in her mind, that the horseshoe's negative energies keeps her away. Now she was thinking the same thing. She felt that someone passed behind her. She saw that it was the same old lady, and because of passing so fast, she spilled the beans. Shu started cleaning the beans up without saying anything to her. So that woman asked, "Have you come to do all this?" So she said, "Yes, I am your caretaker." Casual conversations start between the two of them, and this lady tells her name is Peg. And in the same way, we know that Peg is the same girl from the movie who disappeared on her wedding day. Now, how did she come at this place? All this mystery will be revealed at the end. When Shu talks about bathing her, Peg does not let her touch her body. She just makes her do small works and bathes herself. While changing clothes, Shu saw that a root-like pattern was sketched on her waist. Shu says to Peg that I have to make a call and then I have to sleep. Peg pointed to the phone in front and said, "You can sleep wherever you want." Shu called her friend first, but she didn't get this call. She was about to turn after putting the phone back when she got a call from the nursing home, who were telling her the details of Peg's condition. In the meantime, Peg asks her, appearing behind her, "Whom were you talking to?" Shu replied, "To the nursing home." So Peg asked a strange question. "Did you confirm that it was a nursing home?" Being shocked, Shu only nods. After this, she takes Peg to her room so that she may make her sleep. And here she sees a picture of Peg's family and also her husband. She asks Peg, "What happened to your husband?" Peg said that he had taken his own life. They spent a lot of time talking here. After which, Shu again went to call her friend Mila. After getting the signal quite a while, she was able to talk to her for only 2 minutes, and she told Mila, "I will come back to you soon." While standing here, Shu was talking to her friend. There was a strange big tree in that place. There were a number of lighted candles around it, and a lot of clothes were hanging on it. These trees were planted where there was a lot of negativity, and sick people's clothes were tied on these trees. People believed that just as this tree absorbs negativity, in the same way, it also absorbs diseases of people and cures them. A strange thing occurs here, that Shu feels that her mom is behind her, but as she turned back, there was no one. Anyway, now she comes inside the house and first goes to that red gate and tries to open its lock, but when it doesn't open, she goes to take a shower quietly. While taking a shower, she feels that someone was whispering in her ear. He was speaking softly, but there was no one in the washroom nor outside. Suddenly, she hears the same voice again. So she feels that these voices are coming from Pei's room. But Peg was sleeping in her room. She was also standing here. Peg started having a strange panic attack. Shu gives her medicine and tries to control her. And then she notices that Peg was talking properly, even in her sleep. She was telling that they like music too much. They come after being attracted by music. Shu asked, "Who are those people?" So she said that some people live under this house. Shu didn't pay attention on her words, because Peg had a mental illness and she used to have illusions. Shu thinks that this is Peg's imagination. The next day, Shu goes to grocery shopping for the house. So the people of that place ask her about Peg and make fun of her, and Shu doesn't like this. The locals told her that Peg didn't treat anyone properly. On the way back, a girl accompanies Shu, who told her that Peg has been in a mental asylum for many years. At night, Shu decides to go to the same red room, and this time, the door opens. Going inside, she sees strange masked people, and at the same time, she catches the sight of her dead mom in the bathtub. Shu quickly goes near and holds her mom's hand. And then her mom's eyes are opened. Shu starts screaming in fear, and we see that her friend Mila was laughing while looking at her. And then she woke up, and we found that all this was her nightmare. After waking up from the dream, she goes to check Peg, who was sleeping peacefully. But as soon as Shu entered room, she started saying strange words. That if Shu didn't take care of herself, they would take Shu along with Peg. Shu didn't pay attention to Peg's words this time because of the disease, but Peg said, "No, they are cultists. They will take you. They took me too." Now she reveals about her wedding day's incident when she disappeared. Actually, the members of that cult took Peg away on the wedding day. And when her husband knew about this, he tried to deal with the cultists. Peg said that when my husband made a deal, those cultists made some strange marks on my back. Shu said, "I thought these scars are because of your husband's torture." But Peg said, "No, he was kind." Peg asked, "Do you know about punishment?" So Shu showed her hand here and said that my mom used to torture me a lot to pray. If I did anything wrong, she used to burn me. Peg asks, "Where is your mom now?" So she tells that she had hanged herself. Feeling the sorrow of Shu, Peg asks her to sleep with her. As the day begins, now Shu had to find out everything. What was actually in that basement? Searching the key of basement, she opened that red door. She went downstairs. There was not much there. There was only a storeroom where she found an album of Pei's wedding. Peg's husband was also there with Peg. And in this album, there were a lot of newspaper cutouts, in which it was clearly written that Peg had disappeared on her wedding day. And when she returned, her husband died immediately. People believed that Peg would have killed her husband herself. That's why she had to stay in a mental asylum for many years. While reading all this, suddenly, the light of the storeroom started flickering. And when she tries to get out of here in fear, the front door is also closed. And she feels the presence of her mom behind her. She starts screaming in fear and also tries to open the door at the same time. Finally, the door opens, and she comes out. The next day, we are shown that the same child had come to this house, whom Shu had seen before with his goat. That boy asks Shu, "Have you seen my goat anywhere?" Shu replies with no. Then he leaves in sadness. Today, a parcel had also come for her, in which there were some belongings of her mom, seeing which she started panicking, because her relationship with her mom was not so good, that she would be emotional seeing her things. She was traumatized. In this parcel, there were the same clothes that Shu used to dream repeatedly. She used to see her mom wearing this. Being afraid, Shu burned these clothes in the furnace. Because of sending this parcel, there was a terrible fight of words between Mila and Shop. Because of today's incident, Shu felt that she is mentally traumatizing due to excessive stress, like Peg. That's why she went to the store and took some medicines for herself, showing Peg's prescription, so that her mental condition would be fine. When she came home, she saw that someone had come from the nursing center for her inspection, and Peg was driving her away because that girl was appearing a threat to her. But Shu called her inside. Peg was not opening the door, so Shu went to get the spare key, and from behind, we saw that the girl was really mysterious. Clinging to the door, she started sniffing it. And by the time Shu came and opened the door, that girl was disappeared. And this thing also left Shu very worried and shocked. Now Shu has to understand what is going on here. She quickly goes to the storeroom and bravely brings Pei's album, in which Pei's entire life story was written. Another strange thing that Shu sees here is that where there were a number of cutouts of these newspapers, in those cutouts, there was news of Shu's mom's death. Seeing this, Shu started thinking about the relationship between Peg and my mom. Now she was thinking all this when she saw that the red door of the basement was opening again and again. She was closing it again and again in fear, but now this door was not closing. In the meantime, Peg also followed her, and she said to Shu, "I know that you have gone to the basement. Now it would be better for you to go back from here tomorrow." Shu also did not want to stay here anymore. When she left to go home, she knew from the grocery store that no bus will go today, so she had to come back to Peg's house. Peg was looking at the carton of Shu that Mila had sent for her. There were many pictures of Shu's mom in it, which surprised Peg, and it was revealed here that Shu's mom was Peg's daughter. In simple words, Shu was Peg's granddaughter. Peg was also surprised to know this. On the other hand, when Shu was returning Peg's house, passing through the jungle, she also found that child's goat on the way. She thought that she would take it with her, but she came home, ignoring it. Peg asked her as she reached home, "Were both your mom's feet bad?" She asks, while surprising, "How do you know? I never told you this." So Peg tells her, "I know all this because I am your grandmother. Your mother was my daughter. I had sent her away from me years ago." Shu asks, "Why did you do this?" Then Peg revealed that my husband had made a deal with those cultists, that if they leave me alive, then we will give our first son or daughter to the cult. But then I didn't have much courage to give my daughter to the cult. That's why I kept her away from me and broke the promise of the cult. The members of the cult were not ordinary. Their powers and negativity are very high. Despite Shu's mom going very far from here, the negative energy of the cult remained on her, because of which she took her life. For the first time, Shu was trusting Pei's words. She asks, "What is that cult after all?" So Peg told her that it is a demonic cult, the cult of those people who worship the devil. During their conversation, the door of their house is knocked, and when Shu goes to see, she was the same lady who had come to their house before and disappeared. When Shu did not open the door, that lady started whispering mysteriously that "I will cut you, I will cut you." On her words, Shu understood that this woman is also a member of the cult. When Shu came inside nervously, she saw that Peg was standing at the door of that basement. Going there, she started singing. Shu asked, "What are you doing?" So Pei told her that "I am calling them." As soon as she said this, the basement door was closed. Shu tried to open it, but the door did not open. And when the door opened after a long time, Pei came out injured. Paig told Shu, "They want to take you because I did not keep my promise. But I did not want to lose your life. So I decided to sacrifice myself in your place. But they did not accept me now. They want your sacrifice now. Because you are my heir. And according to my husband's deal, I had to give my daughter or heir to that cult." Shu was very scared and panicked. Looking at Pei's condition, she decides that she will call someone for help from outside. But the whole town was deserted, and the people who were inside their houses, they had locked their houses and windows, because today there was a strange festival. In the meantime, Shu notices a strange masked scary man behind her, who was playing the drum, and along with him were two other men with strange appearances. Both of them were covered in a red sack. In a while, many cultists also come here wearing jute masks, which we saw at the beginning of the movie before Pei's wedding. Seeing them, Shu goes back to his house in fear. The people of that cult now came to their door and started knocking on their door. The frightened Shu now begins to see a picture of Jesus Christ in the mirror in front of her, and also that small red cross symbol, which reminds him of his past trauma. She immediately sees her dead mother, and as her mind gets lost in these things, she picks up a knife to kill herself. But before her, Paig picks up a knife from behind and stabs herself, so that Shu's life is saved. With this act, Shu had come to her senses, and now she was very sad. Why did her grandmother die because of her? The door was still being knocked, and she was hearing her friend Mila's voice from outside. She thought that the members of the cult were trying to manipulate her. That's why she didn't open the door. And when all those voices stopped, she went and opened the door after hours. Then she saw that her friend's ring was on the staircase. That means her friend really came here. And seeing her ring here, she understood that these people have surely taken her friend Mila from here. When the people of the cult take a lady from here, they leave her ring here. Now she could not accept defeat. For her friend, she decided to face the members of that cult. At this time, when she went inside the house, she saw a wedding dress. She wore it and took off her wedding ring. When she opened the door of the basement, the appearance of the basement had changed. There was no storeroom there, but a separate world. It looked like a different world. On her arrival, the people of this world first crown her, and then a strange goat-horned man comes in front of her. This was the demon who was worshipped by cultists. As soon as she sees this demon, blood starts flowing from Shu's eyes. In the next scene, we see Mila, Shu's friend, sitting outside that red door. She was crying and begging for her friend's life. That means the people of the cult did not kidnap Mila, only to catch their prey, Shu. The people of the cult created this whole drama. And that's it. This movie ends here, showing all this.